Well, this is gonna be a pretty big one. It's gonna be about this size.
Okay. One of those big bells.
Well, it's not a bell. Enclosed space.
Right, like you can make it into.
Let's say I want to make like a teardrop shape. On the bottom, when I open clay, I establish the bottom as if it's for the bowl. You know, like if I want this shape. Yikes!
Time to get really fast.
What is that all about? Okay. So when I widen it, if I want this shape like this, that I will then later trim, when I open clay up, I don't press firmly to the bottom. I like open it up and let my fingers to be lifted by the clay to establish the circular. And then my fingers go back in to compress. So there'll be a lot of trimming, but yeah, that's what it is. And then when I pull, I still allow the inside to keep that bowl shape. But on the outside, I grab clay from the outside. I pull the cylinder.
So you got two different shapes going on?
Huh?
You have two different shapes going on. One different shape from the inside than the outside.
Correct. See what's happening? This weirdness. Okay. So, and you need to leave some clay on the outside here as support that you later trim, but the inside you keep it all like a bowl. And that's the trick, to maintain two different forms going at the same time, right? So it's a bowl inside. And then I'm trying to guide the clay inward because eventually I'll close it. I'll close this whole space. I don't know why I'm in a hurry. I need to slow it down. If it's uneven and it bothers you, it doesn't really matter right now, but if it bothers you like it bothers me, I can trim it off while it's
Did
still...
you need to trim it though?
Huh?
Could you just enclose it?
Say it again?
Did you need to trim it, or could you just enclose it?
It's all... No, it's best to keep it trimmed and even on top, even if you're closing it.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm working on this thickness of the wall. So from this point up, I can throw pretty thin, but from this point down, I need to leave some clay as support. So I'm leaning it towards the inside to create a cone. Compressing. So it's going to be a pretty big shape, which is okay. Okay, so the process of closing starting from, when you throw. So inside, there's actually a different shape. It's like this right now. So look.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, it's completely different from what you see on the outside. So it's the bottom of the teardrop. And before you, like your hand fits in there, so you can like compress and stop some moisture. Okay, so make it thinner and thinner and thinner. Okay, so at this point I can widen the inside if I wanted to. I can, let's say, make that teardrop form wider at the bottom. You can see a little bit, but I can't pick it up a lot on the outside because you'll trim all of them. It makes sense, right? Okay, so once you have the wall the way, like the thickness that you want, then you start guiding clay towards the center. Now, let's say you want your object to close right here. Then you need to make it taller than that space. So there's so many ways to do it, but at this point you can color. Color? Color. Okay, so your whole hand will not fit there anymore, but you can put your hand up to here on the shoulder. As you colored it, you have the wall became thicker. So, and now you can stretch it. So from here, from this point right here, you stretch it and like pull the wall towards the inside more. So I'm mostly pressing with my right hand towards the center. That's when the form becomes really vulnerable because there's no support here. So it can collapse right here.
Just like the coil, when you do a coil project. Yeah, same idea.
Yep. You don't have, like, strive for the general shape that you want, but you can once you close it, it's enclosed and you can modify it however without collapsing because air supports it from the inside. So you can modify the shape. So the idea is to create a neck. And it's easier if this the top is even. Okay, once you have enough of a neck, then you can start closing. If you're trying to close it and it's not enough, then you stretch it again to bring it close to create like a larger neck. Mine was enough to close, but I just wanted to show you. And then you keep closing. Closed.
Wow. That's really cool.
Okay, once you close it, you can press on the wall, not like full, strength, but and you can clean it up. So from this point down, you'll be trimming.
Right.
Once it's leather hard, you will throw a chuck. We have some chucks, but it's good to throw a new one. The diameter of which is about this wide. So you'll throw a cylinder, which is the height of this object. And, well, it doesn't have to be. It has to be half of this object, And then you will turn it upside down, set this egg inside.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's called a chuck?
Chuck, yeah. So that cylinder that you trim off of is called a chuck. Okay, so now I don't have to worry about this form collapsing. So to trim it, you know that there's you know what form it is inside, what curve. So it's a lot of memory, right? But you can already trim a bunch right now that you used for support as you were throwing it on the wheel. So you just got rid of a lot of trimming, you see? And then you trim it off. Well, actually, I don't think I'll be able to just pick it up and transfer. I should have had a bat. Okay.